Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Lois and welcome back to Anti-Material Energy. In the last episode, what were we working on? Right, we were making, we made some changes to the mod pack, sorta. I did some config file things to make this guy store 10 million RF instead of 1 million, so that we could have enough power to make the blueprints for both the fusion and the fission from MineChem. And yeah, we made the fission chamber blueprints and started working towards getting that. All the while still making more vortex and fusion stuff. So yeah, a lot of things to do. One of the big things that we kind of ran into last time was the fact that well, we can't actually make the fusion blueprints until we get a ton more circuits. That is like the thing holding us back, because if I get the tungsten plating, we need double layer capacitors, and that requires just any circuits, and then we also need circuits, specific circuits for the controlled fuel. So a little bit annoying, but not too awful. We're going to do some really cool things today. One of the big things that I want to work towards is kind of cleaning up our little work area and all that kind of fun stuff. Let's get all of the things that aren't. I ran a whole bunch of red anti-material through the system, so I'm going to be getting more and more stuff. Eventually we'll get a ton of the chemical synthesizers and set them all up and do fun stuff with it and whatnot. Now, between episodes, we did get another pet. We finally got the Wither pet. That guy is now ours, and that was a quest, so we can go ahead and complete that. Probably get nothing for it, but reward bag, let's see. It's probably a greater or epic. It's a greater, so those are useless. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This mod pack is not completely finished. Probably never will be, if I'm going to be honest. And yeah, there's a lot of broken quests, a lot of just broken everything. And for the most part, we're just going to kind of live with it. It's kind of whatever. I mean, we're breaking the game too with our EMC stuff, but oh well. Anyways, today, what I would like to do is, first of all, we have this cool thing right here, this compact machine. We need to make this a little bit better. I want to do a few things to that to improve the quality of life we have with it. Honestly, you know, I'm thinking maybe we don't need a big one like that. So I think we're going to make another one, and we're going to repurpose this one for something else. Specifically, what I'd like to do is put all of the applied logistics auto crafting into a compact machine. So like this guy we can put into a compact machine, and the charger, and then the water charging stuff, and potentially even the auto crafting, but I don't think we'll do that. I think we'll leave that here in the overworld. But we're going to use compact machines a little bit more often than not, and I'd like to get formation planes for the thing over here, the Angel Steel production. And in order to do that, we're going to want to use the energy acceptor. But to do that, we're also going to want to get power over there. So I want to kind of centralize the power a little bit into this compact machine, or into the next one. I think we'll make like a tier 2 or a tier 3. Maybe a normal size compact machine would be big enough, because I want to use the top and the sides more than the bottom. Teleporting into this, it puts you in the bottom interface, and that's really annoying if you have stuff there, because sometimes you get stuck. So let's jump into it. So first of all, let's go ahead and what do we want to do? Let's go ahead and make the normal size compact machine and get that hooked up so that we can start working on things. This is south. Okay, so we'll want the south end more than anything. I think, because we'll put it right here. Or we'll put it like right here, I guess. So let's make the normal size compact machine. We're going to need a world resizing interface, which we can auto craft, which is nice. Let's go ahead and make one of those. And it'll take a second, but it's not too bad. Then we need some metasilicate, which is just oxygen and silicon. So nothing too awful. 1, 2, 3. And let's get a stack of silicate, or silicon rather. There's the metasilicate. And we can just make one of these guys, no problem. Oh, it's not a synthesis machine recipe, it's just a normal recipe. So let's make the compact machine, the tiny version. And yeah, we'll go from there. So between episodes, by the way, I did do one other thing. I went ahead and made another storage, 4K storage cell, just so we can put basically all our stuff in here. And I cleaned up one of the chests. So I'm going to slowly kind of just put all the goodies into our ME system, because that makes the most sense to me. So yeah, we're going to store metasilicate from now on as well. How many? Yeah, it's bytes that are more important for the chemicals, but we can always get another cell. That should not be too hard anymore. The hardest part about it is getting aluminum, which isn't that bad, to be honest. So let's get all of this stuff, put it back here, and get oxygen, oxygen nanotubes. So if we want to upgrade this guy to the next, we're gonna need flawless and perfect diamonds. So we have both of those growing on a tree, so let's use those. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, evidently. Cool. So we have all that stuff. We don't need anything else currently anyways. So let's go ahead and make these machines. And we can get on with what I want to do today. So compact machine, we're going to lose power to everything. So first thing we should probably do is, let's go ahead and place this right here, and we're going to put that to disable, because we don't currently need lava production, but it is nice to have. So, you know, this has drums. Why aren't we making drums? It is just iron. I should probably start making drums for most liquids that we're going to want. Because like we have one for water, we can use them for more stuff as we need it. So let's see, this is the south section, so let's go in here, and as you can see, we spawn right on top of the circuit. Let's remove all of this stuff, and yeah, we'll use this for other things soon enough. But if we go into this one, the south side, that's the north, that's the south. So we'll just end up putting something like this, and we're gonna want a line of stuff like that. These guys will get all the things they need. We really should just bring in ladders or something. For now, I'm just going to cobblestone up a little bit. But we're going to have an input for items at the top. And this will be disabled. This will be an insert. And then we can do insert on these. Or, I actually don't know how it's going to work. I guess this would be extract, actually. Because we're extracting from the interface, importing, and this one should be exporting. So this using power, not currently, but that's fine. So we are going to need more things, but this should be good enough. Let's see, this is power. Should be extract, always active, so we'll see if that works. Can we get some more energy conduits? Let's see, we have the enhanced, we can make those into the next tier, I believe. Energy. No, but we can make more. Let's make like that much. And we'll go back in here and make sure that this is working. So that is draining power. And then what we can do is just something like this. And these guys should be draining power now. We can just throw in that to get out of here. And then what we can do is we can put an item conduit here. Insert, and then what I'll want is a cache, which I don't know that we have. We don't need that right now, so cache. Let's just get a basic one. We need more tin. Is tin something we have available to us over here? It is. How much do we want? Let's get like that much. That'll be fine. Okay. And then we do need a log, but that's not a problem either. Let's just grab one. Or a few. It doesn't really matter. And go ahead and make the cache. This holds 10,000 items. I think that's more than enough. And we can just put this right here. Put this extract always active, and then we can store charcoal fruit here. And if we come in here, we'll see hopefully these guys are full of, or will be full of, the fruit charcoal. Now I believe that the interfaces have a little bit of a buffer, which isn't a big deal. It's something I can live with, but there we go. Power is transferred. I do want to lock this. So if I take out... No. There we go. That's what I want. I want to lock it to the red fruit charcoal. It will store a stack in the up interface. That's fine. We can live with that. That's not a big deal. And yeah, cool. So... with that taken care of, we can now use the other machine for other things, and what we'll end up doing is I'm going to use this for all of the inscribers and all that kind of stuff. So what we'll end up doing, I don't know where we're going to put this currently, but let's grab some ladders, and we'll try to make a little bit of a area to do stuff with. So can we do it that way? No, of course not. Let's just get like 16. Yeah, that should be enough. And we'll just make a bunch of ladders. I know we can make ladders out of stone as well, but this will be easier. So let's see, put that in there, grab the rest of the ladders, and I guess we'll just throw that in there as well. Cool. Do we have any ladders in here? No. Alright, let's get some blocks. What do we want to use? I don't really want to use wool and clay. Sure, we'll use this stuff. And let's head into this guy. And we can start working on what we kind of want this to be like. So like I said, this is going to be our machine for auto crafting. So we'll have like the water stuff for the the crystals, the pure crystals, as well as like making flux crystals. And so what we want to do is have an upper platform. Let's see. We want something like this. That's not too bad. And we'll just kind of use this for a lot of like the organization of items and whatnot, because what we'll do is we'll just have an interface connected to a chest connected to this, and then what we can do is just pump items in and out as needed. Extract always active, and then basically sort the items through in here to the different locations, and then this will actually need to be in, out, insert on green, extract on red, always active. That'll work just fine. And then we'll just put filters and all that kind of stuff for everything we need. The only thing that's going to be weird is redstone, so we'll need to keep stock of that in here, but that's not a big deal. And I don't want to like do too much work on like on this on camera. I'll show it off next time, because honestly it's just going to be a lot of moving stuff and setting systems up. Now one thing to kind of note, so theoretically if we go back in here, I just want to see where we spawn. We spawn at the bottom on the on this guy. So let's see if this export all the power. That'll be fine. And like, yeah, this will be fine. Cool. We'll just have to remember not to put anything on there, and it'll be perfectly okay. So the thing about this machine that we're going to have to kind of keep in mind is that for something like this, we're going to need, well, ME power, applied energistics power, and the way we're going to get that is through the energy acceptor. We're going to need 2 energy acceptors eventually. We could transfer ME power through, I think. I'm not entirely sure, actually. I don't know that we can. So this is going to be the kind of annoying thing. We're going to need to have an energy acceptor, I think, to do stuff. Let's get a bunch of charcoal. Let's take the diamonds out and get a bunch of the red fruit charcoal. So, like, that's one thing that I'm going to have to keep in mind. Slain by Minecraft? Wow. That's rough. But, no, we'll just pump items into the top, and it'll be fine. I don't have a lasso on me. There is a cow escaping. And then, like, we can pump the items back out of the top, and it'll be fine. It'll work just okay. Shouldn't have any problems with it, any major ones anyways. But one of the big things to kind of consider is just kind of like, we're going to need to separate things. So, for example, this set of things, the inscribers require redstone, silicon, then gold, pure certus, diamonds, and that's it. To make the circuits, this requires the seeds, which are unique items, but also it does require, for the flux crystals, nether quartz, charged certus quartz, and redstone. So redstone is the only thing that we're going to have duplicates of. And I will need to automate this. What I'll probably end up using is just some sort of dropper. I don't know if there's any automatic droppers in this mod pack. Item dropper. That will work from open blocks. So I'll set something up. Maybe we'll do that together. But I'll show you kind of the complexities next episode when we get to that. But one of the big things that we're going to need a couple energy acceptors. And, well, we have one over there that we don't actually need, per se. Wait, no, we do need this one. What am I talking about? But we have this furnace generator over here that, well, I'd like to put into the main power. That's what I mean by centralizing power. And so to do that, we're going to do something from calculator. So That is going to be kind of easy, to be honest. But what we're going to be working with now is the Flux networks. So in order to make a Flux network, we're going to need a Flux controller, which requires an N diamond and some stable stone, which should not be too difficult to make. Stable stone is just 2 reinforced stone bricks. So let's get some wood and cobblestone, I think is all we need. This is in flawless mode. Let's just switch that to dynamic crafting. And I believe reinforced stone. How do I get the bricks? Oh, it's just right back in here. And stable stone. So will this stuff work, or do I need the other type? That works. We just need a little bit more reinforced stone. So I guess let's get a little bit more. Just grab the birch wood. And let's just make a bunch of this stuff, because why not? Alright, cool. So the only thing left to make is we do need a end pearl. Rather end diamond. So that is a fire diamond. Oh, let's see. It's a fire diamond turned into an electric diamond that's then combined with obsidian and endstone. So endstone and obsidian, easy enough. The electric diamond should go fairly quickly. We have plenty of power in this conductor mass. So there we go. There's the end diamond, and there is the controller. So what that needs to do is we need to plug it into the system, and I'm gonna see if it works if we put it in there. I'm not entirely sure if it will. But then what we're going to need is the flux plug. We're going to need one of these guys, so that's a reinforced iron block and some eyes of ender, or rather a eye of ender. So blaze powder and an ender pearl. And then we're going to need a couple of, whoops, wrong item. So there's the flux plug. And then we're going to need a couple flux points. We're going to want like 3 of these. So that's an ender pearl and a redstone ingot. So that is super duper easy. We're going to want like 3 of these. And that is also calculated with division. It's weird that it doesn't matter. And we'll get 3 of those. So I was going to put this in the machine. I think that's a bad idea. So let's go ahead and put the controller. I don't know if this needs to be connected to anything or not. So receive mode, send mode, transmitter mode, network. We're going to add a network. We're just going to call it main. We're going to add it. Restricted. Public. It doesn't matter. Okay, so theoretically we should be able to just put a plug here, put it to the main network, and that should be fine. So ideally, we should be able to like remove this and just put a flux plug. Flux point over here. We'll put it to the main network, and then we do need to connect it. Let's just use an energy conduit. Doesn't really matter what. And this is there is a mod that is newer that is known as flux plugs, and it's I believe the same thing. I just don't know how this one works. It's an older version, I think, more than anything. So let's see, network, it's on the main. So this should still be getting power. And we should see that this guy over here is sending power. Default. It doesn't really matter. But this guy should be sending power. It is. And it's sending very, very little. So this thing doesn't really need to be anywhere in particular. So let's just put it out of the way. Yeah, we'll just put it there. And hopefully that didn't break anything. So that's still sending stuff. Perfect. So now I can just jump back into here. And I can put down another furnace generator. And then do this, insert, and this guy should be filling up with stuff. Perfect. So we no longer have to worry about all of our generators and everything. All of our power can be just made in here, and it'll be just fine. So the other place that we're going to want power to come in is over there for our for our network that we're going to set up. You know what? Let's go ahead and set that up today. So I guess we only needed 2, but this way we can kind of transfer energy around the base at will, however we want, wherever we want, all that kind of fun stuff. So what we're going to need is an energy acceptor, and we just need some more glass. So let's get some nether quartz chopped up. And that should be enough to get the energy acceptor. And then we'll take cables, glass cables, and then this is how we will, eventually we'll probably put a chest over there, I think. Just an ME chest with a simple, what's it called? A simple thing. And we'll just have to set up a network for the angel steel so that we can get, basically so that we can put formation planes, fill a ME chest with glowstone, and automatically place it as it runs out. We're probably going to do 8 because that makes the most sense. We could probably do just 4 if we wanted to. That would be honestly fine. And then we don't have to worry about channels. So I think we're only going to do 4 formation planes. But these require a lot of flux crystals as well as formation cores. So before we get to that point, I want to kind of automate the ME stuff, which, like I said, I'm going to do mostly off camera. So we'll work on that next time. So for the remainder of the episode, what I want to work on is honestly pretty simple. So what we're going to do is, you know, I realize we use the most basic of energy cables. Let's just do that. Cool. It should still be using very, very, very little. Yeah, it's 15 RF per tick. That's like nothing. So, and it's going to be something a little bit more over there, but that's fine too. So next time we'll automate the angel steel. But for the remainder of the episode, what I want to do is start working on getting the assembly chambers kind of ready so that we can, I'm going to clean up this area. This is kind of why I want to move this stuff, is if we move this stuff, then what I can do is put all of the calculator processing stuff right here, and it'll be fine. So what I want to do is we're going to need some iron, and we're going to want to make, let's see, let's put that away. Just grab these instead. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make the processing chamber, which requires restoration and reassembly, which The reassembly chamber is right here. The processing chamber is actually really nice because it can deal with both types of circuits, so dirty and the standard damaged ones that we're getting from cobblestone. So all we have to do is calculate those. So reassembly restoration with a diamond gives us the processing chamber. And for now, I'm just going to put this here. Like I said, I will eventually kind of deal with all this stuff a little bit. These three machines are really the only ones we're going to need, plus the extraction chamber, because that's what we're going to use to make the circuit. So this is going to be kind of the thing that runs whenever. If we want something specific, we'll use the precision chamber, and I'll kind of hook it all up once I move this. So that's going to be kind of temporary, but all these circuits that we're going to get, we're going to want to store them. And so to do that, we're going to need two things. They're the same thing, but we're going to need two of them. So what we're going to make is the storage chamber. So the storage chamber is just a chest with 2 blocks of the reinforced iron. And what this will allow us to do is, well, store stuff. So we have, oh hey, we already have an enemy chest. That's good to know. So we need 1 chest. Let's get, do we have much planks in here? Yes, we do. Let's get 2 chests and calculate the storage chambers. So just to kind of show off how these guys work, if we put 1 down, we can input into this, no problem. And if we take all these circuits, if you notice, these are all analyzed, and none of them are stable. So that one is stable. We can't place that in there, but we can put anything that's not stable in here. By the way, in later versions of Calculator, you can tell that they're stable a lot easier because they have the enchanted glow on them. But we put all of the circuits we can. This will actually store all of the circuits in the game without any problems. And then what we do is have a second one of these guys for the stable circuits. And yeah, we can store all the circuits in here. These store just a ton. And it's vast storage for all of them. So it's really nice. They're relatively cheap and easy to make. But this is how we're going to store literally all of the circuits. So I am going to get to work between episodes working towards getting all of the applied logistics auto crafting in here, and then I will probably, let's see, we have the energy acceptor, we have the enemy chest. I'll get ready to kind of finish up making the formation plane so we can auto craft angel steel. And then the only other thing left to really worry about is getting the calculator circuits just kind of placed out here with some sort of processing, power lines, item conduits, all that kind of fun stuff, filters, if need be. I actually don't know. I'm curious. Let's do a test real quick. So we have a stable circuit, right? We have a bunch of things that aren't stable circuits in here. So let's get rid of this for right now. And if we do something like this, we'll put an insert on there, extract, always active. Nothing's being placed in there. If we put that in there, it goes. Perfect. So what we'll probably end up doing is using one of these alchemical chests as kind of like a buffer. And then we'll just plug it into both of these. So that'll be nice and easy. I should be able to get all the machines I want. We'll have an automatic one using the igneous extruder to make things. Eventually we'll get the speed upgrades and all that kind of stuff, and make it go fast and all that fun stuff. So the only other thing that I'm going to want relatively soon is a dynamic calculator. Which, how hard is that? Requires the atomic calculator, 2 atomic modules. So what am I missing in that? Probably the modules more than anything, but don't I have some? No. So we need 2 atomic modules, which is scientific calculators, and calculator assemblies, which is just a bunch of stone. Okay, you know what? We could probably make that. Assemblies, nope. Do we have any of that stuff already? I don't see any of it. So let's go get a bunch of stone, and we'll make that real quick, just because it'll make my life a little bit easier when it comes to calculator. Oh, we can already make. So we need 1 of these. And atomic modules, do we have any of those? No. So to make the atomic modules, we need scientific calculators. Those don't have exchange energies. So 8 scientific calculators. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 16 of these. We need some enriched gold. And that's pretty much it. So, if we have the enriched gold, we have a little bit. Let's see, we're going to need more. So we're going to need like 3 diamonds, I think. Each of those is 1 diamond. Yeah, so 3 diamonds. We're going to need some screens, which is just redstone. We're going to need 8 screens, 7 screens actually, because we already have 1. Have anything else in here? No. Okay. Yeah, this will be pretty quick, relatively. So we're gonna need 7 of these. So calculators, atomic calculator things. Oh, those go in the middle. We're going to need 16 of this stuff. And then just a bunch of enriched gold. Which, is there a way to get that directly? No, we have to smelt that. So, let's get like 8 and 8. Calculator it. I believe it's division. Nope, it's addition. And we'll get that smelted up. And then as we kind of progress, we can start getting more double layer capacitors and all that kind of fun stuff. So that we can fairly quickly make all this stuff and yeah, go from there. So once we have all of this stuff taken care of, we can make the dynamic calculator, which is exactly like what we're currently using on our flawless calculator, and therefore we can just kind of keep it on the flawless crafting. We don't have to switch it back and forth all the time. So there is the 3. And I didn't realize that I made exactly how much we need, but that makes sense. I should have done math and realized that. Oh, anyways, scientific calculators. We make 1 atomic module and 2 atomic modules. Then we have diamond. And there's the dynamic calculator, which we can just set down right here. And it has all the stuff already for us. So that's what we wanted. That's what I wanted to get. So that way we can now make, we don't need any other calculators. We just use this and our flawless, and we'll be good to go. So I'm going to get to work on making all this stuff in the compact machine, setting up all the automation for the 4 things I want, 3 things I guess, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!